Statistics say that 61% of men and 51% of women have experienced at least one traumatic event in their lifetime. Trauma can have a profound and debilitating effect, both mentally and physically. So in this video, we're going to talk about 6 dreams revealing emotional trauma. According to a mental health poll, more than 200 million people worldwide have experienced trauma in some form. Traumatic events that occur, especially during childhood, can affect your mental and emotional health and can stop you from fulfilling your God-given destiny. But many people don't realize that past traumatic experiences can have a negative effect on their current life, and so God can reveal this in a dream. God always reveals to heal. I want you to remember that. So I'm going to talk about 6 dreams revealing emotional trauma. Number 1, bleeding. Bleeding in a dream can represent a broken or hurting heart. It could be revealing emotional trauma by way of a loss, such as a loss of a loved one, or an ending of a relationship, or the loss of a marriage. It could also represent a loss of energy or the motivation to achieve your dreams or a goal in life. Also, the body part that's bleeding can be important to the dream's meaning. For instance, if you dream that you're bleeding from your leg, this shows that the trauma you experienced has stopped you from moving forward in life and may have even totally paralyzed your spiritual growth and progression. Bleeding from your hands can represent guilt, but it can also be showing that a traumatic experience has stopped you from doing good works for God and from helping others. Another example is bleeding from your ear. This can be revealing that what you've heard, like negative words or hurtful words, have greatly affected your life. So bleeding in a dream can represent a broken or hurting heart that has come by way of a loss. Number 2, a wound. So having a wound in a dream can be revealing emotional trauma. So in the dream, you would have an obvious wound, possibly from a gunshot, or perhaps you were stabbed in the dream or had some sort of an accident that produced a wound. So a wound in a dream can represent that the dreamer was emotionally wounded at some point in their life. A family member may have hurt you, or a close friend may have betrayed you in some way. These types of traumatic events can play out in a dream where the dreamer is wounded in some way. And again, where the wound is on the body can reveal how it's affecting the dreamer's life. Number 3, headaches. If you have a dream where you're having a headache or a migraine, this could be pointing to painful memories. When you've gone through a traumatic event, it can cause painful memories to pop up at any given time. So in a dream, a headache or even a head wound can be symbolic of painful memories, and God is revealing this in order to bring healing and closure. Number 4, you're in a doctor's office. So you can have a dream that you don't feel well, you feel sick and you don't know why, or you're in pain and you don't know where the pain is coming from. This could be revealing having suffered emotional hurt or trauma and you're seeking healing. And a side note, a doctor in a dream would tend to represent Jesus, who's our healer. Number 5, you're a patient in a hospital. So you can have a dream where you're sick and you're in the hospital. This would be showing the effects of emotional and possibly physical trauma that you've suffered at some point in your life. This could be representing a deeper emotional issue than being in a doctor's office in a dream. Someone I know once had a dream where they were walking through a hospital and they were the patient. They had on a hospital gown and they were looking for someone to help them. So being a patient in a hospital, particularly if it's an unknown condition and the condition is not mentioned in the dream, it could be revealing deep emotional trauma. Number 6, dreams involving past locations. Some examples of that are you can have a dream where you're in your childhood home where you experienced a lot of conflict going on, and this caused emotional trauma. Or you can have a dream where you're back at an old neighborhood or you're at an old school where you experienced a lot of bullying, and this caused emotional trauma as well. You can also have a dream where you're back at a relative's house where you used to visit as a child, and you may have suffered abuse at the hands of that relative, and this could also be speaking of emotional trauma. So God can bring you back to a painful place, a specific location where you experienced some sort of trauma, in order to show that there are still unresolved issues of the heart that's affecting your current life, whether you know it or not. Many times we're not aware of past things that we experienced that are now affecting our life. We can have negative issues that run so deep that we are totally unaware of it, and God will use a dream to bring these issues to the surface in order to bring healing and closure. Hey, have you picked up your copy of The Mysterious Language of Dreams yet? In this book, I go more in depth about dreams and dream interpretation than I do on my YouTube videos. I talk about the depth dimension of dreams, dream layers. I talk about the time dimension of a dream. Also, dreams and the imagination, which is quite interesting. I also have put over 40 real-life actual dreams that people have dreamt in the book for you to practice your interpretation skills. Also, in the back of the book is a dream dictionary with over 400 dream symbols. So I've left a link in the description box below where you can go and pick up your copy of The Mysterious Language of Dreams today. Have you ever had any of these types of dreams that may be revealing emotional trauma? If so, I want to hear about it. Leave it in the comments section below. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you're not a part of the Dream Team, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you won't miss any upcoming videos. I'll talk to you next time.